Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is Apothecary Diaries, Season 2, Episode 5. Let's get right into it. This show is so good. As always, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel and check out Patreon for uncuts. And to get caught up at this point. Crystal Pavilion. Who is this? Oh, that's Shin.
Got caught up in another, yet another thing. Great.
Puts Maomao in a very unfavorable position. Are you sure you could die? Like,
yeah.
People getting sick all over the place.
Yeah. It's a long time. Just takes down this entire place. Medicinal property of that? Oh.
To make her finger grow back? Making a drug to make it grow back?
Jesus.
Somebody help this woman.
Yeah, oh my god.
Trying to give her food.
Just leave her there until she starves to death.
I guarantee she wants to see Maomao. She loves Maomao.
Could have led with that.
JINSHI.
Yep. Just relax a little bit.
You're noble from the imperial lineage as well. Are they sisters? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did she get chosen and not me? Fuck, my sister's a bitch. Are they like twins, maybe? They have different eyes.
That suspicious shed, just big enough to hold a sick person.
What?
Oh. Oh.
Did we skip an episode on accident?
No. Oh my god. I thought this guy's the doctor and he's just like completely losing it at the sight of a sick person. What were you thinking?
She's probably afraid that her sister, who is maybe pregnant, is gonna get sick.
Yeah, but...
And she just doesn't give a fuck. Oh, if it was treated, it would have been fine.
Yeah. And no one did fucking anything.
This is very familiar. She trying to kill her sister slowly. Yeah, no shit.
Whoa. Are you sure?
I mean, you're not that complicated.
Oh boy.
She's trying to sabotage her sister. A tale as old as time. Goes back to the first season with that guy who was trying to mess with his brother. Oh, she's got to present everything to everyone. What's gonna happen? Oh no, Gigi's there. Cousin.
禁止された交易品で何をしようとしている。
何のことかわかりません。確かに病の下女を物置に寝かせるようにしですが、それは感染を防ぐためです。何が置いてあるかまでは存じませんでした。
Right.
それが罪になりますか？
下女を物置に隔離したことは罪ではない。
Although it was shitty.
それは下女の命を借りる。
それよりいきなりやってきてリファ様に合わせると言った挙句。
They had an. Oh my god! You can't twist this. This is.
そもそも病人部くらいでしか人の寄りつかない場所です。逆を言えば、これらが私のものである証拠でも。
それはあの場にいた下女に聞けばよいことだ。
朦朧としていた下女の発言を
More trustworthy than you.
実に浮かされていたことは知っているのですね。実にお優しい。わざわざ8日目の容体を見に
This proves that you've been going there.
に香油の匂いが残っていてもおかしくありませんね。以前は香油の匂いなどしなかったし、これ以上出過ぎてはいけない。
And then she steps forward.
腹の立つことはあるのだ。
She gets so pissed off
Yeah.
in situations like this.
この瓶は氷の中に置かれ、果たしてにじみ出るほど強い匂いでしょうか。念のため確かめさせてもらえ。
Oh my god.
Oh god.
大したことはありません。そうですね。私などが触れて良いわけがありませんでした。違う方に調べてもらいましょう。
で、私に任せてもらえないかしら。
Really?
リファヒ。
この者の罪状はどうなるのでしょう。
仮に堕胎罪を作ろうとし帝の子を殺すのと同義です。
それはどの妃の子であってもですか。
もちろん。
たとえ真の狙いが私であっても。
リファヒ、それは。
They thought it was Gyokyo.
Yeah.
リファ様の服、玉葉様が着ている服に似ている。道理でろくな次女がいないはずだ。リファ様のせいじゃない。このようなものが集められていたのだ。次女頭の真に。
That's why they're so incompetent, is because she.
あなたは一度も私のことを妃扱いしてくれなかったわよね。国母としてふさわしくない。そう思っていたんでしょう。あなたと私、どちらが妃になるか、最後までわからなかったものね。
何？上から目線で言ってる。そういうところが昔から嫌い。勉強も作法も私の方ができた。他にもいっぱい。あなたよりも売れてるのに。
She just had big tits.
終わりはみんな。
胸の大きさが。
Oh my god.
I mean, like.
5万といる。神様もまたそのような一人なのだろう。
当主の娘だから。あなたは私よりも上なわけ。そんなわけないわ。国母になるべき人だったのよ。
My god.
それは自白と捉えていいか。
She's gonna throw that at her?
Gaoshu. Get her out of the room.
Oh my god.
神様は帝をよほどお慕いしているのですね。
当たり前じゃない。何を言うの。
いえ、私はただ国母という立場を愛しているように見えました。リファ様と違って。
That's what it is.
She's just nicer than you.
She just actually cares about the emperor. And he can tell that, I think.
Damn.
この次女頭は主に暴言を吐きました。私が手を出してしまうほどにこのものを解決します。
Really letting her off.
She doesn't want her.
easy.
Yeah. She tried to.
平手ではありません。
Oh.
こちらで。
Oh my god.
She almost has like whiskers. With the scratches.
どこにもいない。
今後一切高級への立ち入りを禁じてください。
工場ある甘い処理だが、この女には十分な屈辱だろう。秋分で高級を追い出された身では手も
She
足も
can't get back in.
She lost all her power.
もう二度飛び立つ日は来ないだろう。
使え。血が出ているぞ。
平気ですよ、薄川一。
そういう問題じゃない。
こんな上等な絹に血をつけるのは
She's so cheap.
なぜ病人が物を演奏していたくらいだし、最初から分かっていたわけではあるまい。
血はつけてましたよ。病気なので皆の寝床から離れた目立たない場所だろうと。まさか物置とは思いませんでしたが、印があったので。
あの庭木
Cover up the smell.
はい。はほとんど赤なんです。
Oh.
なのに白い花しか咲いていない。
Not getting enough.
誰が植えたのでしょ
Oh.
う。
They moved it.
風水では緑と白の組み合わせは健康に。
Feng Shui.
お白い花というのは何とも皮肉ですが、
お白い花。
種に詰まっている白い粉が堕胎剤にも使われるんです。
そこら中に生えてるぞ。
作り方さえ知らなければ害はありません。
I can think of somebody who might know.
神様はなぜ香油が堕胎剤になることを知って
Yeah.
キャラバンが持ち込んだ交易品
Mm-hmm.
問いただしたどうかは分からんが、薬屋一つ聞いてもいいか。この高級の中に香油が堕胎剤となることを吹き込んだ人物がいると。
Yeah.
ですが、用心するに越したことはないかと。
Mm.
お白い花。
物置にいた子、どうなりました？
高級を出て治療を受けるそうです。
That's
リ
good.
ファ様の申し出だからと費用も負担するらしい。
That's good. Especially since their actual doctor here sucks.
Thanks to the... Was she another apothecary or was she a doctor? That other
The
woman.
other lady? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
W, whatever she
I think
is.
she's just like maybe the overseer of the laundry.
Oh, right.
どうなさいました？
What was that?
Excuse me?
何でも。
あのクス氏が来ていたようだな。
はい。何でもご存知ですのね。彼女には助けられてばかりです。どうなさいました？
Is he thinking about like how she's connected to her adopted father and like, you know, what does that look about?
Yeah, or is he like suspicious of her because she's like too good?
Or is he maybe afraid that she's gonna find out some shit, like, yeah, because she's too good, she might find out some shit that he has brewing. Mm-hmm. You know?
Or even just the JINSHI thing, which is like,
Yeah.
you know, big secret. Like, yeah. I wonder.
She's getting too close and it's only a matter of time before she figures everything out, and, you know, how will she react to that? Will she be will she be chill and keep the secrets?
Yeah. It's like she's been pretty discreet, but like, you know, he could also be thinking about like, oh, you know, she's the one who's like, you know, making all these recommendations that like this is a poison, that's a poison.
Yeah.
So
I've had that thought this episode too. I'm just like, yeah, sorry.
like how in the last episode when it was like JINSHI was getting suspicious of maomao because it's like maomao is her intelligence and knowledge about these things is like 1,000 times more than the average person. Even the literal doctor who was hired to be a doctor in this place. So, and obviously, like, we know that he wasn't, like, trained to be a doctor properly from a young, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't his original career trajectory. But for maomao to be figuring things out, she's, like, up here, everyone else is down here, so someone else would need to be on her level, or at least close to it, to be figuring these things out, especially, or he might be thinking about how, like, the people who brought in the stuff from the caravan, there might have been someone, like was there, like, plots that, because all of the...
Or maybe he brought them in on purpose, you know? Maybe that's part of the plot. So he's just like, well, my whole fucking thing that I was trying to do is kind of destroyed. Like, maybe he wasn't trying to use it for Lifa or Gyokyo or whatever. It was just maybe he's using it for, maybe he's getting all that stuff for a different reason, and it was like this whole caravan was a cover to like smuggle in something that he needed, maybe for a war effort or for some other political thing. But, or maybe it's just, maybe that, you know, that's grander plot things, but maybe it's just as simple as, Maomao's like the silver bullet. I thought about that this episode where I'm just like, at this point, she's so integrated into everything that Jinshi does right and everything that they figure out that, like, if Maomao was a different person, more ambitious, she could be the one plotting everything. Yeah. She could easily, you know, twist whatever and claim this or that. And if she's educated enough to be able to reason her way around everything that goes on. Like, she, you know, she could just come up with reasons why this person needs to be removed or this person needs to be promoted or whatever. Like, you know, if she was more ambitious, if she was more, you know, scrupulous.
And if Jinshi even was more ambitious in a way, like if he was just like, oh, Maomao is my thing that I will use to get whatever I want. She's like a very she's very helpful but also very dangerous. Yeah. And those kind of go hand in hand. There's something early in the episode that I thought about.
So what's that building, by the way?
Which building?
Like that building is zoomed in on the end. That's not where they were. They were in.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is. It looks like
it's probably gonna have next episode. You know.
It's like in like these trees and
the
like
northern area.
There's no windows.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of strange. It's kind of creepy looking.
Kind of odd. Anyway, you're saying.
I can't remember what I was gonna say, but it is also interesting that all of these items, you know, it's like they confiscate these items because they're like, oh, they're dangerous, but they're foreign items, so people wouldn't really know anything about them.
Unless you were very educated.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that maybe this goes back to Suirei. You know, I think that's the only kind of thread that's tying back to all this. Or the only other person that we know of that we've met so far who would know about shit like that. Yeah. Other than, obviously, Maomao's adopted dad, Loman.
Yeah, it's really, but honestly, like, this whole thing is really messed up with, like, you know, you raise two cousins, it's like, oh, it could be either one of you, and then just, you know, it's, oh, the one who did better at everything didn't end up getting picked.
Because she wasn't as pretty.
Well, and just because she wasn't as, like, kind of wholesome as a person, she was a little bit too... She was too conniving. If she was, like, pregnant with the Emperor's child, like, that's the thing, like, you know, it's like, if you are in the position where it's you at stake, then you're gonna do anything to the other concubines. You're gonna start, like, you might be murdering their children so that you would be the only one who have children. That's too dangerous. That's too, you know, that's sketchy. But, sorry, in theory, if you're the person helping the other person, then you have a little bit more maneuvering room and you can, you know, set her up for success. But she was just too selfish, you know, about herself instead of being like the family mindset of like, oh, she's doing her job and I'm doing my job kind of thing.
Yeah. I think this whole thing kind of shows a little bit more character for the Emperor as well, that he's sharp enough to see, you know, sharp enough politically and maybe emotionally to see who actually cares about him and who doesn't, you know? That he chose Lihua. I keep trying to say it with like the fucking, like how they kind of say. They say like Lifa, but it's spelled like with an H. He's able to tell that she actually loves him, you know, and she actually cares about him. So like that the fact that he's able to see that, it means that he's no fool, basically. And if he's not a fool, and if he can tell that, and he's choosing people based on that, these are like political decisions, because it's not just his wife. It's like one of 4 women that he has to, you know, be with on some level. But yeah, and yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. He's very, subtly built up because we don't really get a lot from him exactly.
Yeah.
But he does visit his daughter, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, he really likes some emperors, depending on their goals. If they just want a son, they might just be like, oh, that's my daughter. I don't actually care about you or her because you didn't do a good job. But she was always the favorite, even when he had a son that was alive. He prefer and he, is attentive to his daughter and cares about Gyokyo and comes and visits her all the time and seems to genuinely enjoy his time with her. So yeah, it's just everything that we see about him is like he's pretty decent. But then we get this little mysterious scene at the end where he's clearly like really thinking about something and something's really going on. And is he just suspicious of maomao, or is he just concerned that someone, you can't trust anyone kind of thing? Or is there...
Or is he maybe going to try and talk with her more personally going forward? Have a meeting with her? Because she's been in the room, but it's been she's been very extremely careful about how she talks when he's around, because one wrong word and she could die. That's it comes with the territory. But maybe he'll create a situation where he gets to really gauge her personality, unless he's just getting all of his information from Jinshi.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if he's as careful as he seems to be, then I don't know. Cats are fighting. Then yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see that going forward. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. So we watched episode 6 before episode 5. My bad on that. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. I saw Moon Fairy as the title. I saw Mirror and then I saw Moon Fairy. I'm like, oh, I thought that those were 2 different episodes with the Mirror girls in the room, and then the Moon Fairy stuff.
Talking about the Moon Fairy stuff so much in the episode.
Yeah, but it was both. They talked about both in both episodes, or in the episode 4. They went through both shit. So when I saw Moon Fairy, I think, and I counted wrong. I was counting in Crunchyroll. It's all laid out. It's 4 or 5 or whatever. I had it zoomed in differently, so there was a different amount of thumbnails on a row, I think. And I clicked on the wrong one based on the title. I'm like, oh, that's it. And yeah, we saw the Mirror one, or we saw the Moon Fairy one. So there you go. So I clicked on the next one, but we're good. We're about to see Jinshi and Drag, I think. We don't... honestly...
Oh, yeah. It didn't allude to anything. It didn't...
In the one we watched. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
That's why when you asked me, did we skip an episode, I was like, no, it would be so obvious if we skipped an episode. But it wasn't.
It was because I asked at the point when we saw something that we hadn't seen, and they were acting like we had seen it. It's oh, remember that time that I went, and I forget what it was, but it was, and then I was like, I don't remember that at all. And then, but it happens so often that I forget shit like that, just random little shit, or feel like I'm a step behind. And then I used to just steamroll over Lindsay and be like, no, I think that we might have skipped one, and then check, and then it's always we never skipped one. We've skipped an episode, I think, 1 time ever or something. It's literally happened a singular time, that we've watched a whole episode. Anyway, but recently, with watching One Piece and stuff, I usually get my instincts are off. So then I'll be like, oh, this and that, and then you're just like, what? No, and then I'm like, okay, I'll take a step back on this one. But I didn't.
Sorry,
I trusted you and you led me astray.
Well, we still don't know anything that actually happened in regards to the Moon Fairy. Or the cousins, the fairies. They didn't mention anything at all about that.
That's what I'm interested in with this episode, with the context of the next episode. It's kind of funny because, and that's why we thought that it was leading up to this at the end of episode 4.
Yeah.
And then we watched the episode we watched. We thought, oh, it's another
little detour kind of
episode
thing
before we get to that shit or whatever. But I'm interested if these girls are just gonna be for this. Are they just gonna be gone after this?
Are they gonna be gone? Yeah. Or Yeah, like
Because we don't know, based on the context of episode 6, we don't know what's going to happen. So it's very interesting. Leave a like and subscribe.
wait, it might give us more information as to what the fuck was that final scene with the emperor and then like looking all concerned and then that weird building. We might get more like it. Maybe we.
I doubt
I don't know.
it.
I don't know.
I think that scene was set up for for episode 7.
Yeah, that's true. I was just wondering if maybe we'll see that building or something in the background. I don't know. Anyway. Never mind.
Leave a like and subscribe. Also, it's very interesting in that like weird cube thing with all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Jinshi, Maomao, and the Emperor?
I'm not sure.
I think like
To look again.
people are getting upset that we're like looking at the opening too much, but I don't give a shit because this is like it's Jinshi, Maomao, and the Emperor, and there's 2 of each of them. Again, going back to the whole theming of like doubles and mirrors and fucking twins and stuff like that. I don't think that there's gonna be 2 emperors. What I think is just that the emperor is more present. You know, like I makes me excited to see. And what does this say? I wish I could read that. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me interested that like obviously, here's the thing with Maomao, here's the thing with Jinshi. They're both the main characters, but the emperor for a third one, not fucking Lolon or somebody. Interesting. I hope that means that we'll get more like we did in episode 6.
Also like looking in different directions. Like he's like looking that way in both of them, and they're both looking like that way.
Well, and Maomao's doing the same shit, but Jinshi's doing something different in these ones. It's very, very odd.
噂というのは尾ひれがつくものである。遠くへ伝わるほど事実とは異なり、時には噂が噂にとどまらなくなる。似たようなものなのかもしれないな。行ってきます。行ってらっしゃい。高級の北側にある荒れた桃園。
Ruined peach orchard.
古い寮のような。
Oh, look at you! Look at you with the. This is the building.
の民族が住んでいたそうで、残された建物や外壁、地下水路は。
This place is so beautiful.
Different ethnicity of people. I wonder if that's like alluding to like ancient Rome or something like that, or like Mesopotamians or some kind of shit. What the matches?
I call those peaches.
私はちょっと用があって
つまみ食い？違うけど。
これこれ かわいいでしょ
普通これ嫌がらせに取る方がいいよ。
なんで
Is she just catching them because they're cute?
ここって本当にすごいよね図鑑でしか見たことない虫がいっぱい虫もここに来て初めて
She's a bug type trainer.
していた土地だ。異国からの交易品に混じってうまく繁殖したの。
They're like invasive species.
蚊だよ夜行性だから今なんだ
ババアが踊った時にもいたのかな。
マオマオも夜見においでよ月明かりにふわふわ輝いて桃源郷にでも迷い込んだ気分にな
Why she looked extra cool with all the moths.
Maybe that's why it felt so magical and why it was such like a memory.
交尾する。
するんじゃない成虫になったらご飯食べられなくてすぐ死んじゃうらしいから
ね
They
え、
can't
この
eat.
雌雄の区別ってできる？
大体ならでき
先生、手伝ってもらいたいことがある。これは生きるかもしれない。
悪いこと
You see, when we put you in the dress, we're gonna have a bunch of butterflies flying or moths flying around you. So it'll all be worth
eggs
it.
all
Listen,
over.
just
Oh,
leave it
look,
to me.
It's so cute.
It's like Luna.
Yeah.
Lindsay has a moth person D&D
No, it doesn't
character.
look like that. No, it's like our moth thing that we got.
Oh, yeah.
Our stuffed animal.
数日後、特使を招いての宴が催され
Her
た。
name's Big Shirley.
50年前、月の精が現れたという北本来男子禁制の宮だが、性管理も入園が許可され、上級妃たちも参加することになった。記者は馬車の中から宴を楽しむ。異国の特使を見せ物にしないという配慮でもあるが、金の髪、美人だな。やはり下手な口は当てられない。それに、ミスを上前に顔見せしているのは、よほど自信があるのだろう。そうな奥の美女はともかく、手前の美女は 自分が誰よりも美しいという自信にあふれている。異国から来た2人の美人特使が上級妃に張り合える美しさなのは間違いないな。いつもより演奏も演目も派手めだ。特使に合わせてるんだろう。でも期待外れとでも言いたいのか。それにしてもよく似ているな。同じ祖父を持ついとこだと聞いたが双子みたいだ。あの二人ならガオシュン鏡の話が可能だろうな。
What do you think you're doing?
ごきげんよう。せっかくの宴ですのにこんなに離れてしまうなんて。もう少し近くで
This is a pretty bold move.
欠席とかぜひお会いしたかったです。
I'm sure you would have.
怖い。これは怖いな。特使の本当の目的は皇帝とその愛を受け婚姻関係を結びたいという政治的思惑があるのだろう。
よろしければアイラ、そろそろ戻りなさい。ちゃんと楽し
Settle
み
the fuck down.
失礼しました。
These fucking bitches.
Just like, oh my god.
Super disrespectful.
祖父が見たの美女になど興味がないのかもしれない。この世に自分たち以上の美人はいない。そういうしているのだ。この分では両個人に鏡は挑発のつもりなんだ。
Oh, interesting.
まあいい。私の仕事は二人に月の精を見せること。
Interesting.
そろそろ宴が終わりそうですが、どうでしょうか。
できるだけのことはやります。
そういう反応になるわな。では行きましょうか。
Oh my god.
音楽は私たちに合わせて派手にしていたようだけど、踊りは大輪。
Can JINSHI even dance?
ジョン夫人とやらの水に隠れたまま、様が見た月星だってどれほどのものか。
Oh.
ここで話すことではないわ。終わってから部屋で話しましょう。すぐに皇帝から声がかかるかもしれないわよ。
Oh.
Whoa. With the moths. Who's this beauty?
The
Beauty
Emperor's
from the east.
definitely gonna want to marry her.
50年前、特使の祖父が見た景色とはこれではなかった。
Mhm.
We don't stand a chance.
ディアーナ。発音には自信がなかったけど通じたみたいだ。裁縫に伝わる月の女神の名が。
うまくいったようで。
That's so sick.
思った通りの演出になったと
They're
思う。
like, what?
黒い布を剥げば、
Mhm.
突如現れたように見えるでしょう。その画が決め手です。
Mhm.
やり手ババアの絵に描かれた淡い光の正体は画の成虫だった。母は嫌がらせだと言っていた。
当日私の衣装にいたずらするやつ。
That was the tampering when really they were helping her?
には異性を呼ぶために匂いを発するもの。
Mm.
釣られてきたオスがババアの周りに集まって
Oh.
光をまとって舞う月のせいに見えたわけだ。
Mhm.
だってくれたシスイとシャウランにはお礼をしなくちゃな。
Maybe they were trying to mess with her, but it ended up
特使だけにあの光景を見せるのは苦労した。
Yeah.
医者にはあらかじめこちらを見ないよう言い服。何かあってもすぐ飛び出せるようコシュン様たちがそばで待機していた。あれは皆に見せる代物ではない。まさに車を囲んでいる。
おい。言う通りにした。
Oh, he jumped in the lake to
Oh.
disappear. I was wondering how they did that.
まで泳いでいただいて。
う
Damn.
まくいったのが。
したってのご要望にこれ以上なく答えられたと思います。
そうか。 あとは知らんからな。髪がまだ濡れているぞ。
自分でやればいいのに。
They're just shook.
ならいいわ。
これから手習い所なんだ。
It's so fun.
あれ無事に解説されたんだ。
2世になったんだ。じゃあ行ってくるね。
Hmm.
頑張ってね。
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
暇だな。翡翠宮に戻っても大した仕事はないしな。やぶ医者のところは香油の件に巻き込まれて忙しそうだし。あの香油の術一つは微量でも組み合わせ次第で毒になりうる。そんなものを一体誰が持ち込むように
I wonder how this will resolve.
調べているが、どの宮の者も大量に香油を購入している。だが、例えば、あの特使たちの手配ということは考えられないか？
どうでしょう。彼女たちの狙いに妃の座に潜り込むということもあって、それどころじゃないでしょうね。を考えると、最も重要視されるべきは動乱妃だ。父親の師匠は先の皇帝の代から重用されていた長身だ。主上は定期的に通っているようだが、点が高いのはリファ妃だが、皇帝の外籍であることに起因していて、出世にがっつく性格ではなくて病にかかっていたが、今は再び主上の寵愛を受けている。キャリー主義の人格。先代皇帝に幼い娘を差し出すほどの安心家だ。
It's a pretty fucked up thing
し
to
か
do.
し、主上はあいにく傲慢な女性が好みなので、アードー妃が。一方で帝の寵愛が最も大きいのは玉葉妃だ。娘のリンリー姫に加え、再び将である裁縫の国は交易で潤っているように見えるが、とやかとは言えないという。玉葉妃は過去に2度、毒による暗殺未遂に遭っている。昨年起きた園遊会での事件は、アードー妃の次女が主妃を狙って独断でやったものである。その理由は権力のためではなく、しかしその前、リンリー姫を妊娠中の玉葉妃に毒を持った犯人は誰だったのか。犯人は先日のキノコ事件で亡くなった中級妃だ。中級妃はどこで毒の知識を
It all comes back to that.
推理。まだ彼女の行方は分かっていない。何のために、何が目的でジンシ様を狙ったのか。こんなこと考えて何になる。
She said, not for the last time.
さくらんぼはそろそろ。
Oh my god.
小の次女たち。
Here we fucking go with these bitches again.
ちょっとひんがいたくらいで大げさな。
I wonder what's gonna happen with this lady.
Yeah.
流行りに敏感な水晶球で珍しいと思ったけど、一人ぐらいはいるか。
ちょっとだるいかもしれない。
Oh, this is where she gives her the medicine, and then that's why she gets caught.
気をつけてたんだけどね。
ありますね。風邪薬を煎じましょうか。
それなら薬を作った後に一応
診療所ですか？
医局とは違うわよ。とにかくアイランが知っているから連れて行ってあげて。
わかり。高級の北側にこんなところがあったとは。近くに洗濯場があるのは服や敷物を頻繁に洗えて合理的だな。10年の女官なんて珍しいの。
微熱だね。舌出してみ。そこまでひどくはないようだけど、2、3日無理をしなければ問題ない程度だよ。どうする？
先をいただけますか？
ついておいで。
やぶ医者よりよっぽど手慣れていて。
Ooh.
アルコールの匂いですね。清潔にしている証拠ですよ。窓が多くて風通しもいいですし、湿度の分、 掃除も行き届いてます。療養には最適な場所かと。
マオマオ、明日には戻るって伝えて。
わかりました。具合の悪い次女はこうやって隔離しておくのか。
In comparison to the storage shed that we see
Yeah.
next episode.
付き添いだからって触れなんだい。それともここの洗濯物全部畳んでくれるかい？
失礼しました。
やっぱりおばちゃんには勝てないな。それにしても、手は年を取ったら反強制的に入れ替えられるけど、診療所では経験や知識が必要だから長く残されているのかな。
独り言をブツブツ言いながら歩くな。ボケるぞ。
何か言ってました？
いや、用があるわけじゃないよ。偶然会って話しかけたら悪いのか。
診療所です。あんな場所があったんですね。
高級に入った時、一応すべて案内されるはずだが、
Nope.
漏れていたのか。
売られてきたばかりでふてくされていたので、聞いてなかったのかもしれない。
What with being discontent?
この話をすると妙に来た場所だったので驚きました。むしろあそこを医局にした方がいいのでは？
それができれば苦労しない。
どういうことでしょうか？
医官には男しかなれないからですよ。大手の処置は医官しかできません。もちろん薬を煎じていいのも医官だけです。
診療所で薬の匂いがしなかったのはそういう。私はどうなるのですか？
目をつぶっているという。
何やら複雑な事情が絡んでいるのだね。
これからのためにももっとできるように。
肝がんね。今の工程に代替わりした後、肝がんとなる手術は禁じられた。人材が枯渇するのは目に見えている。
Interesting.
年齢を考えると前くらいに手術をしたのだろう。
なんだ。
口に出てたか。
She said Kawaii Sony, which means like poor little guy. Poor little thing.
薬屋。くれぐれも薬を煎じていることが他者に知られないように。
承知しました。
Shit, I just made a medicine.
会える薬作ったら儲かるかな。
Oh, that's why she mentions it next episode too.
Oh, grow
Grow it back. It wasn't her finger. It was.
さっきの下女から薬の匂いがした。ジョン、隠れて薬を作ってるね。
Oh, that's why she trusts in her to figure out the stuff with the Crystal Pavilion. Well, that end little bit like ties together a lot of like the why the fuck are they talking about this
Yeah,
or
because I
that?
was just like, oh, sudden, because
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, because like even she's just like, well, what about me? I've been doing this shit every day, you know what I mean? It's just like, just don't let anyone find out. All right.
Yeah.
Immediately, someone finds out.
I wonder. There's interesting stuff with that stuff with the doctor and like eunuch doctors and stuff like that. I wonder if Jinshi wants to maybe get women to be able to be doctors, perhaps, because he sees how good she is, and that's what inspired him to make the school and to be very invested in the literacy
Yeah.
of all these young women,
Well, yeah, because
as well as the other reasons that are obviously stated. But like, if he's also talking about doctors and how women can't do that, and they're
but then we
that's
have
a concern,
these women at the clinic
Yeah.
that
are very
are
competent.
more competent than just the random man that happened to be a eunuch
Yeah.
that they could force to be a doctor for no reason.
Literally, yeah.
Especially, it's just like, because it's like, if you ban, like, forcing people into eunuchs, and no one is gonna be like, oh, I want to be a doctor in the rear palace so bad, I'm going to castrate myself
Yeah.
just to get that job. So the only solution to if you want to not make any more eunuchs, but you want to maintain no men within the rear palace, then women just have to do those jobs, or you just have to let men in there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder if that's kind of on Jinshi's mind, especially after meeting Mao Mao. That's why he's kind of doing all this stuff. And why he's taken an interest now in all this kind of thing, or maybe that's a component of it.
He's like, women can be smart.
But also, there's I just edited the episode 20 with Surei dying or whatever, and then they're talking to the guy at the pharmacy or wherever who's like who was apparently like super in love with her, that she like manipulated so that she could get the stuff that she needs, and that he would, you know, she would be able to get out of the casket. But he or during that episode was mentioned that Surei was adopted by a doctor.
Yeah.
That was the master of the guys at that pharmacy or whatever. Like,
oh, like the head guy of that pharmacy, or like
just the dude that she was talking to.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she.
Oh,
she
that was his. Oh, so like you're saying,
his teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's his like adopted daughter, so it's like.
And he was like a very well-respected doctor and shit. And I had like a theory of how it all fits together. I think it all connects back to like Shisho and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't 100% know, but I think that, you know, there's more going on kind of with that type of shit too, and maybe that connects to this perhaps, because apparently she got adopted. I think it's said because she had like a talent for medicines and for things like that, and being basically an apothecary, kind of like a rival to Maomao. So she got adopted by this super. And we didn't get many details on the doctor, but it seemed like that there was a story behind who he is or where he's from or whatever, but we didn't get any of that. So I wonder if this is maybe tying back to some of that stuff, because Surei was also brought up like right before this as well. And it's about time, because I was thinking, even because we skipped the episode, we were I've been thinking recently, at the start of season 2, that they still haven't mentioned Surei being gone. Like, it seems like that was a huge plot point, and I didn't think that they were like forgetting about it. I don't think that they would just abandon that without doing anything, but it felt like it was past due for them to try and remind the audience or tie that in a way to where, when more details come up about her, then they can say, oh, we foreshadowed this, or we like, you know, we didn't forget, you know, like, you could have figured this out too if you were paying attention, type thing. Like, usually around this time is when I would expect some kind of like reference to shit like that, like past plot points that like are untied or whatever. But we didn't get it because we skipped this episode where they do it. But yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, the Moon Fairy stuff was cool.
That was really funny how she gets it just so that they can see. Like, I thought JINSHI was gonna go out there in front of everyone. I was like, that's pretty bold considering everyone else could potentially recognize him pretty easily.
Yeah.
But then these girls are just like absolutely stunned.
Yeah, shook.
I also just love, like, I love all the planning that went to it, how he had to jump in the lake and swim across. That place was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that they don't do more stuff there.
And apparently it's a ruin from a previous ethnicity in this area. I thought Romans immediately, maybe, but it's Asia, so it's not quite the same thing. But maybe the barbarians, the vague barbarians, whatever they are in this world. They seem, I figured they were like Mongolians or something like that, but you know, they're pretty vague about what they are.
Yeah, and it's all like fake stuff anyway, of like,
yeah,
you know, vaguely this, vaguely that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
However,
cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And and then there's this ancient like shrine or whatever. And what did she say about it? Like, she said something about, she was talking, like, she said some really interesting stuff. Yeah, here. The ruined peach orchard. Peach orchard. Old shrine-like building nearby. And the pond. A long time ago, this place was home to a different ethnicity of people. They say we are still using the buildings, walls, and underground waterway. That's what it was. It was the waterway. And I'm like, oh, that's like, you know, Rome is kind of famous ancient societies go for something like that. But I wonder if it's simpler than that, and it's just Japanese, because this is a Japanese story, like it's a Japanese series.
It was also crazy, the freaking the foreign ladies, how they just like get out, like walk over, start like chatting up the emperor. It's just like
And the
that
Emperor's
is
even like,
so
go
like
fuck yourself.
that is so just like not what you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, look at him. He is not
He's just
happy
like, and
with
she's
that.
just like, oh, he'll definitely be into us now that he saw us, and then he's just like, literally get away
So
from
you're
me.
being really disrespectful to my
This is-
sword dancers right now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm trying to watch
this is,
the
this
show.
is like the highest
bitch.
disrespect. Everyone else is just like, are we
Yeah.
all gonna get killed because of you? Are we gonna
Yeah.
watch? Are we gonna watch these ladies get beheaded right now? Like this is like an obscene act that they are performing right now.
Yeah. It felt very, very tense
Yeah.
immediately.
It's crazy. I was about to be like, oh, we don't even need to dress up Jinshi. These guys aren't gonna make it that far. I like the whole thing with the moths as well. That was really cool.
Good
Very
episode.
beautiful.
All right, next we're going to be watching episode 8, and then we'll go back and watch episode 7, and then leave a like, subscribe, see you next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.